Matt was one of our very first GBL community of practice members, GBL Cops, and it's the first person that we in GBL mode have worked with to pivot. And so pivot literally stands for pedagogy, physical space, the virtual space, and the technological space. This pot of money became available, and so we piloted the GBL pivot approach with Matt. Pete came out on site, talked to Matt, and put the pivot approach into action. So the pedagogy starts with why? Why music education? Who are you? And who are they? Based on that, then we look at the physical space. So Pete comes out with a measuring tape and walks around and goes, all right, so this is how much space we have, and this is the furniture we have. What are the physical affordances of the spaces, and what are the impediments, and what if we tweak the physical space, how might we use the physical space to better help us to achieve our pedagogical goals, right? Then we look at the virtual space. We ask the question, is there a way that we can use cyberspace, learning management systems, and other virtualized ideas of the physical space? How can we tweak that? In Matt's circumstance, it was the technological space that needed the most work. For us, the technological space is the musical equipment, musical technology that we can put in place. So we separate the virtual space being the computer stuff and the technology space as being the technological music equipment.
So for us, it's all about the spreadsheet. We do a full inventory of every single piece of equipment on the site visit, so that when we go away, it's a case of working out what they've got and how to repurpose that to fit the space and the pedagogical aims that we're talking about, and do it in a way that's wise, a wise use of equipment. Budgets are tight, particularly this is a public school. So when you have $1,000 to $2,000 to spend a year, to be really smart with your physical and technological environment. And then when necessary, going to the table and going, okay, what's something that we can purchase?
Okay, that's really good. So let's pause there for a moment, because usually what we hear is we need more and we don't have any money.
Yeah.
You might need more, but before we go there, and you might need money, but before we go there, let's look at the space you have and the equipment you have. And so that's where Pete's tape measure work comes in. And then the second part of our work when we come into schools is to go into the storerooms and start fossicking around all of the music spaces. And then the wider school generally, right? You're using that. Using that. When you look at a video of our space, you'll see lots of lounges. We already had the lounges in the school, and we went, oh man, musicians need lounges. And so we went around to the other departments saying, these lounges are terrible, aren't they? And they go, oh, we hate these lounges. And so we would say, what if we gave you 2 chairs per lounge? Would that help? And they go, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, and just the whole pitch with this spreadsheet is, look how I'm using it already. Imagine if I could do this with this equipment that we could purchase. But it's already demonstrating wise use of resources already.
And it's all about the gig. So you want the bosses to see you in action. So music is an action, music teaching is an action. And so we act with what we have, and we should say to the bosses, look, what great custodians we've been of what you've given us. But here, we've got some impediments. I wonder if you've got a few $1,000s here or there.
We structure the spreadsheet in stations or different physical locations. It's not like a, give me everything now. It's, here's the order of priorities, the pedagogical needs, and so maybe starting with HSC students and a mandatory student first, and then working it in. An example of that here was to work on the stage area, and particularly because the HSC was happening, and so getting that ready was high priority, as well as the practice rooms so they could practice. Breaking it out into phases is like a really key thing, so it's not everything at once, just little bits by little bits.
And rather than being in your silo and going, I need this, do this, being really aware of what the boss's vision for the school and taking a holistic view of what you're trying to do in your school to deal with the whole child, right? What is your role in articulating the vision for the school community for that child? And when you can plug in into that vision what the boss is trying to do, then you're on fire. We've achieved a level of music at the speed of thought from Matt in his jam rooms and in his classroom stage space. But now we want to extend that in phase 2 into the jam stations so that Matt's students can get into the guided practice sessions. Matt, smashing it. It's been such a great day. And this is a really great way to keep videos short because my arm is really hurting. See you next time.